Your children tell your story. A child is often the clearest reflection of the home they come from. I have a simple question for you. Where do you think your children learn their manners, their language, the way they speak, their tone of voice, and even their sense of humor? Children learn these things by living with us. They watch us, listen to us, and absorb far more than we realize. We spend so much time worrying about what our children are being exposed to outside the home, but their greatest influence is usually much closer. It is you. Children are constantly watching. They are listening to how we speak to others, how we handle frustration, how we talk about people when they are not present, and how we show respect, kindness, empathy, gratitude, and self-control. Long before we begin teaching values with words, we are teaching them through our example. How your children speak, behave, and treat other people, regardless of their age, is often a reflection of the environment in which they were raised. In many ways, they become a mirror of the values, priorities, and habits they see every day. When I encounter a child who is thoughtful, respectful, and considerate of others, I often find myself appreciating the adults who raised them. And when I see children who lack empathy, speak disrespectfully, mock others, or move through the world with a sense of entitlement, I do not see a mystery. I see lessons that have been learned somewhere. Perhaps what saddens me most is that I see so many parents working tirelessly to give their children every material comfort imaginable. We adorn them with the latest gadgets, expensive toys, cars, gaming consoles, and every convenience we can afford. Yet, too often, we neglect the things that matter most. We are so busy preparing a life for our children that we forget to prepare our children for life. Character cannot be bought. Empathy cannot be gifted. Respect, resilience, responsibility, self-awareness, kindness, and consideration for others do not come in a box with a price tag. They must be modeled, nurtured, practiced, and lived. The world outside our homes will not care what phone our child carried, what brand they wore, or what gaming system they owned. What will matter is whether they know how to treat people, whether they can handle disappointment, whether they can take responsibility for their actions, whether they can work with others, and whether they possess the depth of character needed to navigate life with grace and integrity. People do not need to know the details of your household or the values you claim to hold. They simply have to meet your children. Through their words, their manners, and the way they interact with others, they catch a glimpse of the values you stand for, the priorities you have, and the example you have set. That can be a sobering thought, but it can also be a beautiful one. Because every act of kindness we model, every moment of respect we show, every ounce of empathy we practice becomes part of the legacy we leave behind in the hearts and habits of our children. Our children are always learning from us, even when we think they are not watching. Happy mindful parenting.